might have to step in here.
I don't really know what to call, to be honest, Mark. From the Shorthorn organisers, please come to the tent. Don't do that. But,
Someone in charge of the show turn up.
here. Oh yeah, if you could just call out. Is there a Shorthorn representative? Just get one too. So, yeah, she's on. 1, 2. Could we please have a representative from the Shorthorn Association that is handling some of the judging this morning up to tent 5, please?
Ladies and gentlemen, just like to welcome you here to the Nutrient Ag Solutions 2024 Beef Cattle Championships. We're about to start judging in here in Ring 5 for the Shorthorn breed. The first class will be females 6 months and under 9 months. There'll be 2 entries if they can enter the ring, and they'll be judged by our judge David Greenup from Rosevale Shorthorns in southeast Queensland. Thank you. that working? Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, winner of Class 1, heifer 6 months under 9 months, is entry 1562, Southern Cross and exhibited by Southern Cross Shorthorns. Just like to hand over to David Greenup for his comments. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Before I start, before I comment on this class, I'd like to thank both the Shorthorn Society and the Beef Committee for asking me to judge today. Certainly is it's a big occasion, this whole beef thing, and to be asked to judge is an honour, and I appreciate the opportunity. I'll be doing my best today to get them how I think they should be. The interesting thing, this Shorthorn breed really interests me. It obviously is one of the base breeds in the Sanguintritis breed that I have a lot to do with. But obviously this Shorthorn breed's a lot different to what it was way back when they were used to form that composite. The pure power and performance that the cattle have now is something exceptional. But as well as that, it's the meat quality side of things, which obviously comes from their British heritage, and the breed's just done such a great job of pulling it all together. In judging today, I'll be looking for cattle that are efficient. I think we can get high-performing cattle that are a little more efficient in their type. There's a lot of rugged country in Australia that is open to market share for any breed, and to make cattle as efficient as possible that can handle a lot of conditions, I think, is important. So I'll be looking for those sort of cattle today. In this first class, if you lead her off, please, Lonnie, we'll go that way. So as she leads off, she's only 8 months of age, this heifer, so tremendous capacity in her, long-bodied, wide-bodied, maternal through that front end. I'll talk a little more about her when she comes in for the calf champion, but she's a really good exhibit of the breed. Thank you.
Thank you, David. We'll continue on now with Class 2, heifer 9 months and under 12 months. If those entries can come on into the ring, please. Entries in this Shorthorn class, heifer 9 months and under 12 months. 1563, Warraberry Charlotte. 1564, Warraberry Treater. 1565, Camillaroy Emmy. 1566, Camillaroy Emily. 67, Southern Cross Viola. Ladies and gentlemen, Judge David Greenup has made his placings here for Class 2, heifer 9 months and under 12 months. In first place was heifer 1566, Kamilaroi Emily, exhibited by the Kamilaroi stud. These are being sashed by Janelle Johnston from Rennell Park Stud. Second place heifers, entry 1565, Kamilaroi Emmy Joe, exhibited by Kamilaroi stud. And in third place is heifer 1567, Southern Cross Viola, exhibited by the Southern Cross stud. Just like to hand over to Judge David Greenup for his comments. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Ladies and gentlemen, a really interesting class of heifers. Only young, under that sort of 12 months of age, so a lot of time left in their life. I've gone with the heifer on top of the class, one of the older ones in the class, but I think she's got an exceptional balance of performance, femininity, and efficiency. She's a moderate boned animal. She's got that great deep barrel. She just looks like a female. There's a lot of body to her. When you get behind her, she tracks naturally wide. I think a female with a big future ahead of her. In placing her over the heifer in second position, a heifer that's a touch younger. If you lead her off, please. A little similar in type, but not quite as deep in that hind quarter and not quite got the body capacity and depth through that barrel, but long and feminine. She tracks wide, even though she doesn't look quite as wide as the heifer in third position. If you lead her off, please. The heifer in third, this big roan heifer, big high performance heifer, one of the oldest, but obviously for her day of age, she's probably up there at the top of the class. Just a little more on that masculine side compared to the two heifers that placed above her. Love her body, but I just thought she didn't quite have the femininity and that trimness through that front end of the heifers that placed above her. It was her power that placed her over this heifer in fourth position. We can let these two heifers go together if they like. This heifer in fourth is a bit of a plainer type compared to the heifers that placed above her, but she is feminine, she is wide enough. She's just a matronly looking type of female. I placed her over the heifer in fifth. I'll grant you this heifer in fifth is probably, for her age, the longest bodied, highest performing heifer in the class, but a little leaner in a type, a little later maturing than the other heifers that placed above her, and that's what put her into that fifth position here today. But certainly a female we can work with to make something pretty special. Thank you.
Thank you, David. We'll continue on now with female 12 months and under 15 months. If they can come into the ring now, please. Two exhibits being here in the 12 to 15 months heifer class. The front heifer is entry 1568, the Bank Unique, exhibited by White Livestock Services, and the heifer there 1570, Belliando Molly, exhibited by Appleton Cattle Company. Also should just give a special mention there in the previous cast, the Kamilaroi heifers were exhibited by the Calrossi Anglican School. Ladies and gentlemen, Judge David Greenup has made his decision here in Class 3, heifer 12 months and under 15 months. Heifer in first place, exhibit 1568. That being the Bank Unique, exhibited by White Livestock Services, and heifer in second place, exhibit 1570, exhibited by Belliando Molly, exhibited by Appleton Cattle Company. These are being sashed by Lisa Job from Morella Shorthorn Stud. I'll just hand over now to Judge David Greenup from Rosevale Santa Gertruda Stud for his comments.
Thank you, Mark. Ladies and gentlemen, two heifers similar in age at 12 months, roughly. Tremendous amount of performance in them as we've come to expect from this breed. If we lead this first heifer off, please, to your left. Thank you. A heifer that's certainly not right up there in show preparation, but really functional type. She's long-bodied, wide-bodied, tracks wide, feminine enough through that front end. It was her extra body capacity. I'll grant you the femininity of this heifer in second position. She's got that real maternal dairyness look about her, but she hasn't quite got that width of hindquarter and depth and volume through that body. A little finer in a makeup. We want to get to efficient bone, but don't want to lose it totally. So I've gone with the heifer in first for those reasons. But two really functional, sound types of females. Thank you.
We'll continue on now with the judging of the calf female champion. So this will be the three class winners of females under 15 months. Exhibits out here for the champion female in the Shorthorn judging. The winner of the Class 6 and under 19 months, Southern Cross Anne, exhibited by the Southern Cross Shorthorn Stud. And then the exhibit in 9 months, under 12 months female, exhibit 1566, Camilla Roy Emily, exhibited by the Calrossi Anglican School. And heifer 12 months under 15 months, the Bank Unique, exhibited by White Livestock Services. Judge David Greenup has made his decision for the calf female champion of the Shorthorn breed. I'd like to congratulate Exhibit 1566, Camilla Roy Emily, exhibited by the Cal Rossi Anglican School, and in reserve champion is Exhibit 1565, Camilla Roy Emmy Joe, also exhibited by the Cal Rossi Anglican School. These champions are being sashed by Ray Woodwiss from Royston Stud in Tasmania, who was a former director of the Shorthorn Beef. Judge David Greenup for his comments on our calf female champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the calf champion female in the Shorthorn ring, if we take a ray that way, please. The heifer I have up on top I felt was an easy winner. Tremendous capacity in her, width, length. She's feminine through the front. She's sound structurally. Just a really easy doing type of female that I think is really functional. In placing her over the reserve champion, it was this extra body capacity. As I mentioned in the class, they competed against each other. This was a harder decision for the reserve. I went with this heifer who's similar in type to the champion. She's a little more feminine. I tossed up between her and the younger heifer. Really like the younger heifer. She's another 2 months younger. A lot of, if you can lead her off, please, Lonnie. A lot of body capacity in her. I just felt that the heifer in reserve was a touch more feminine. But you know, I could probably take either of these either way at a different day and have no trouble doing it whatsoever. I think they're exceptional, and went with them over the other heifers just on a bit of extra class and softness and doing ability. Thank you.
Yeah, because he's 15 and 20 days.
Still, sorry. They're a mystery. They're all a bit different.
Do you know who presented that calf? Yes.
Rachel Woodwiss.
Oh, yeah.
Woody with double S, I think.
Okay, thanks.
Now, in this class, have we got one or two? Now,
So just the one entry? Yep.
yes, so this is one.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're continuing on now with the junior males in the Shorthorn judging. This is the bull calf, 9 months and under 12 months, with the one exhibit, the Park Moneyman, exhibited by Wingfield Wagyu and the Park Shorthorns. gentlemen, the winner of the first class, 1572, the Park Moneyman, exhibited by Wingfield Wagyu and the Park Shorthorns, being sashed by Rebecca Woodywist from the Royston Stud in Tasmania. I'll just hand over to Judge David Greenup, Rosevale Santa Gertruda Stud, for his comments.
Thank you, Mark. Ladies and gentlemen, in this class, only the one exhibit, but a worthy one. This calf's only just under that 12 months of age, just a couple of days under, so you've got to appreciate the performance in him if you lead him off, please, mate. Weighing in at just under 600 kilos, it's a tremendous amount of performance for a calf of that age. He's long and he's strong, and I'll be happy to talk a little more about him when he comes back in for the calf champion. Thank you.
Continuing on here in the Shorthorn judging with Class 8, bull 12 months and under 15 months. The one exhibit in this class, 1574, the Bank Up Down Funk, exhibited by White Livestock Services. Sashing this class, 12 months under 15 months, bull calf for the Shorthorn breed again is Rebecca Woodywis from Tasmania, the Royston Stud. Judge David Greenup for his comments.
Thank you, Mark. Ladies and gentlemen, this class only one exhibit. If you lead him off, please. He's a bull that's certainly not overdone preparation-wise, but he's sound and functional. He's wide and long. A sound bull. It'll be interesting to see how he stacks up against the other class winners in the calf championship class. Thank you.
We'll continue on now with the calf male champion, so there'll be two class winners to come forward for that. First bull leading off in the ring there is winner of the 9 months under 12 months class, the Park Moneyman. And the bull at their second place, 12 months under 15 months class winner, the Bank Up Down Funk. Judge David Greenup has made his decision for the calf champion male here in the Shorthorn breed. The calf champion is Exhibit the Park Moneyman, 1572, exhibited by Wingfield Wagyu and the Park Shorthorns, and reserve calf champion is Exhibit 1574, the Bank Up Down Funk, exhibited by White Livestock Services. Sashing this class is a former director of the Shorthorn breed, Helen White from Cherry Tree Shorthorn in Tasmania. I'll hand over to Judge David Greenup for his comments.
Thanks, mate. These photos.
Right, thank you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the calf and reserve calf champion, I've gone with the younger one, younger bull. 2 months difference in age here, or a month at least, and he pretty much just outperforms the bull in the reserve position. I'll grant you that the bull in reserve position is a little better made through that front end. He's a little more correct through the shoulders, and he travels a little easier. But it was the length of body, width of body, muscle expression of the bull in the championship position that gets him there, as well as the fact he's a little tighter in that sheath area. But two functional bulls that certainly will play their part in the breed. Thank you.
Continuing on here in the Shorthorn judging ring, we're on to the junior females now. Heifer 17 months and under 19 months with two exhibits coming forward. Entry 1576, Nagul Park Romance, and also exhibit 1577, Renell Park Queen. Ladies and gentlemen, Judge David Greenup has made his decision here in the junior female 15 months under 17 months class. First is Exhibit 1576, Nagul Park Romance. And in second place, Exhibit 1577, Renell Park Queen. I'd just like to call forward Kim Hodder from ABS, Australian Breeding Services, to sash this class for us. I'll hand over to David Greenup, Judge, for his comments.
She has really good breed characteristics, so she tracks really well and she's really structurally sound.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this class we've got two heifers exactly the same age at 18 months. If you lead the first place off, please, mate. This heifer, I certainly wouldn't want to put any more condition on her. She's pushing it to the limit for me, but really love the capacity in her. She's not as flashy as the heifer in second position, and she's probably not quite as sound in that foot structure as the heifer in second, but tremendous amount of volume, depth of body, gutsy, really gutsy female. I think once you put a calf on her, that she'll just refine through that front end but still have that big wide capacity. In comparing it to the heifer in second, I really like this heifer too. I love her length of body, love her refinement through that front end. She's probably a little jacked up in that pin area in comparison to the heifer in first position, which puts the split between the two, but two really good heifers. But it was the extra body capacity, doing ability of the heifer in first that got her into that position. Thank you.
We'll continue on now with heifer 19 months and under 21 months. If they can enter the ring, thank you. Heifers out here being paraded for the 19 months under 21 months class is 1578, the Bank Turkish Delight, 1579, Camilla Roy Hannah, and 1580, Poldale Flora. For all Shorthorn enthusiasts, the AGM is held here Thursday, 9 a.m. in the Shorthorn Beef Trade Site. So just a reminder there, the Shorthorn AGM, Thursday, 9 a.m. in the Shorthorn Beef Trade Site. Judge David Greenup has made his decision, the junior champion female. The junior champion female goes to exhibit 1579, Camilla Hannah, exhibited by the Cal Rossi Anglican School. These are being sashed by Jeff Williamson from the Caspian Stud down in Victoria. The reserve champion junior female exhibit 1580, Poledale Flora Kate, exhibited by the Poledale Shorthorn Stud. I'll just hand over to David Greenup, Judge, for his comments. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Ladies and gentlemen, really interesting class of females. The heifer I have up on top of the class I think is exceptional. She's a moderate famed, efficient boned, really easy doing, maternal type of female. Tremendous length of body, width of body, and obviously looking fairway and calf, and to me just a really practical beef female that'll last a long time in a lot of different areas. In placing her over the heifer in second position, I found it a little harder to split second and third. This is a high-performing female, tremendous amount of capacity in her, but she's not quite as feminine as the heifer that placed above her. She's going to be a little later maturing and a bigger animal with a fair bit more to feed when she gets on. But to me, I had her in second place because of this extreme growth that she has. I think she's got a part to play in breeding something really exceptional, but not quite as rounded as a heifer in first position. This heifer in third, I didn't quite take to her when she first came. I thought she's a touch on the less maternal side, but I'm informed she's in calf. I think she's a type of female. She's got that real beef-producing body, which is great. If we put a calf on her, I think we'll refine her through that front end a bit, and she'll be one of those easy-doing types of females. But I just felt she was probably a little underdone in those areas compared to the two heifers that placed above her here today. Thank you.
Apologies and correction there. That was class 13, heifer 19 months and under 21 months. The first place getter Camilla Hannah, the second place getter Poledale Flora, the third place getter the Bank Turkish Delight. We will now go on to the junior champion female.
Just as strong as the female division was.
Judge David Greenup has made his decision for the junior champion Shorthorn female. The junior champion female goes to exhibit 1579, Camilla Hannah, exhibited by the Cal Rossi Anglican School. And the heifer coming in as reserve junior female, exhibit 1576, Nagul Park Romance. These are being sashed by Anissa Thompson from the Bayview Shorthorn Stud in South Australia. I'll hand over to Judge David Greenup for his comments.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll make comments while the photos are getting taken. This heifer I have up on top as a junior champion, I think is exceptional. I really like the makeup of her. She's wide-bodied, long-bodied, heaps of barrel in her, refined through that front end. She's structurally sound. She's just a really sweet, easy-doing type of female that's really, really functional. She's not going to be as big as the heifer in reserve, although there's only 2 months difference in age. So you see how the heifer in top position, she's not going to grow quite as high. Her hormones have kicked in, and she's looking calfy at an early age. And I just think if we could make every beef female like this, we'd have really high-performing, profitable herds. In placing her over the heifer in reserve, it was this extra femininity. I really like the heifer in reserve. She's got a tremendous amount of body. It was her early maturity that placed her over the later maturing heifer out of the second class, and as I said in the first class, an extra bit of body in her that placed her over the younger heifer. If we lead them off, please, if you don't mind. Lead them off, please, mate. But as you can see, this roan heifer, as she goes out, she's just refined through that front, tremendously feminine, but a tremendous amount of body in her. Just a really, really functional beef female. And I think this heifer in reserve, while she doesn't quite look quite as feminine, I think once we get a calf on her, we're going to refine her, and she's going to be a big beef producing body in an animal that looks feminine, and I think they're both great examples of the breed. Thank you.
Thank you, David. We'll continue on now with the junior males, the bull 15 months and under 17 months. There'll be one exhibit in this class, 1571, Erin's Home Uriah. Being judged now is class 16, bull 15 months and under 17 months. The exhibit out there in the ring is 1571, Erin's Home Uriah. I'd like to call on Alison Amor from the Marrington Shorthorn stud in Dubbo to sash this class winner. Thank you. I'll also hand over to Judge David Greenup for his comments.
Thanks, Mark. Ladies and gentlemen, a young bull in this class on his own. Certainly not right up there in the top of show preparation, obviously getting set up for sale at a later point in time, and I think that's fine. I get worried about cattle that get up in show condition for more than 6 months, and the repercussions it has on joints and fertility later on, all those sorts of things. But if we lead him off, please, mate. He's a little hard to talk a lot about him until we can compare it to some other cattle, but he's wide and he's got reasonable length of body. He's structurally sound, reproductively sound. Just a good, sound, functional bull and a worthy winner. Thank you.
Did he come out of a random class? What happened there? Okay, right. So he's bull 15 to 17 months, right? And he's come out of a different class though compared to. Right. I think you're doing well because so far I'm nearly lost.
Champion females are class winner.
I didn't notice that. Just don't get There's a couple of kids yesterday in junior judge. They were talking about bulls and they were like, oh, the heifer and stuff.
Last 17 under 19 months. We have those to the marshalling area. Last 17.
Oh, you got him first.
In the ring now is the Junior Shorthorn Bulls, aged 19 months and under 21 months. Exhibit 1584 Trojan Tanker. Exhibit 1586 Royola Baron Dutta. 1588 Nagul Park LGD Tejo. 1589 How's That Texas Ranger. And Exhibit 1590 Nagul Park Tequila. There are some withdrawals in that, but yeah, so the 5 bulls out there in this class bull, 19 months under 21 months. Well, Judge David Greenup is making his decisions here in this class. Just like to remind everyone that there's the Shorthorn Beef Elite Genetics auction on Wednesday the 8th of May, commencing at 4 p.m. in the Shorthorn Beef site. There'll be bulls, females and genetic packages up for auction there. So it's the Shorthorn Beef Elite Genetics auction, Wednesday the 8th of March in the Shorthorn Beef site. Paranduda. I think so.
Whose is it?
Royale?
Sue. Yeah, I think she corrected you before.
She will correct you, I know.
Judge David Greenup has made his decision in this very strong class of Shorthorn bulls, 19 months and under 21 months. First place getter is 1588 Nagul Bark LGT Tahoe, and these are being sashed by Ken Tippett from Victoria. In second place is Exhibit 1589 How's That Texas Ranger, and in third place is Exhibit 1590, and that's Nagul Park to Killer, exhibited by Roger Evans. I'll hand over now to Judge David Greenup for his comments on this class.
Thank you, Mark. Ladies and gentlemen, the powers hit the ring now in the Shorthorn ring. This lot of bulls is a high-performing group of bulls. They're only 20 months of age and a tremendous amount of performance in them. I haven't gone with the highest-performing bull in the class, but I think I've gone with the soundest, the meatiest, the most functional bull. I think reproductively he's very sound with a good set of testicles. That one of the reasons I've got him over the bull in second place is he's not quite as pendulous. I think he's just optimum in that area. Love his width of body. He's not going to be the biggest at maturity, but he's just a real mountain of beef. In placing him over the bull in second position, it was this testicle setup. I feel the bull in first is a little sounder in his feet and legs. This bull in second, when I look at him, I think he's just a little lean, but he actually scans up high in his fats, higher than any bull in the class. So there's a lot more to him than my eye could see in him. I really love the length of body, the width of body, the muscle expression in him. It was probably just the moderate maturity pattern and the soundness of the bull in first position that got him there as the winner here today. In placing the bull in second over the bull in third, similar in type, this bull in third is probably a little leaner. His fat figures are saying that. He's a long bull, not quite as sound as the bull in first position, but a really meaty bull. It was his extra muscle expression, hind quarter, width and capacity that placed him over this bull in fourth position. A bull that's really, really efficient. Great coat type for the north. A bull that travels really, really easily. I think he's a really functional calf. Just quite doesn't have the body capacity of the bulls that placed above him. In placing the bull in fifth position under the bull in fourth, really love the bull in fifth for the amount of body capacity. He's got tremendous amount of volume in. Probably the highest performing calf in the class. I just felt he didn't travel quite as easily as the other bulls, but he's certainly a bull that'll add some punch to your breeding program. Thank you.
Thank you, David. We'll continue on now with the junior champion male. Entering the ring there is winner of the Class 16 bull, 15 months and under 17 months, Aaron's Home Uriah. followed by the winner of the class 19 months and under 21 months, Nagul Park LGD Teho.
The illustrious white sheep.
Just while we're waiting on the announcement of the junior champion male, just a reminder that the Shorthorn Beef will have their AGM Thursday AM at 9 o'clock in the Shorthorn Beef trade site. Thank you. Judge David Greenup has made his decision on the junior champion bull. These are being sashed by Lincoln Job, Marilyn Shorthorns at Emerald in Queensland. The junior champion bull goes to exhibit 1588. That's Nagul Park LGD Teho, and in reserve champion bull exhibit 1589. How's that, Texas Ranger? I'll hand over to Judge David Greenup for his comments.
Ladies and gentlemen, as I spoke about in the previous class, I've gone with these two older bulls for the reasons that I had them placed the way they were. I felt I couldn't go with the junior calf. He's got a long way to go to prove what he can do compared to these two bulls that aren't a real lot older than him, but just exude performance. Obviously, they've been looked after a bit better, but I think the bull we have in the junior championship position is the most complete. While he's not going to be the hugest frame bull at maturity, there's going to be a hell of a lot of weight in him. He's sound enough for me, and in his walk, he's strong through that top line, tremendous width to him, really efficiently set up reproductively, and just a good all-round calf. Thank you.
We'll continue on now with class 21, which is the senior females, the heifer 21 months and under 24 months. In this class, 21 months and under 24 months heifer, exhibits are 1592 Poledale Mandy and exhibit 1594 Poledale Peter. Shorthorn President Chris Thompson has just corrected me on the AGM. 9:15 is the starting time Thursday morning, but anyone that works on Rockhampton time, perhaps be there at 8:30.
It's a bit of humour, you know. You're
That's
doing
what
well here.
that's what Jade and Sophie laugh about.
Yeah.
Every time up here, someone's meant to pick Sophie up at 8:30.
Yeah.
You're watching your time at 9 o'clock.
Oh. Because I didn't realise we are fairly punctual in South Australia, really. Like,
I hate being late, but
yeah.
up here it's just pretty casual.
Yeah.
Doesn't take long to get anywhere either, but
True.
someone presenting.
This will be Bull 19 and 21 months. The marshalling area there. Class 18 to 19 months and under 21 months. You're in ring number 4 for the English judging here at Beef 2000.
Jesse, your cats?
Judge David Greenup has made his decision here in the senior females heifer 21 months and under 24 months. These are being sashed by Jess Katz, the Futurity stud. First place getter is exhibit 1594 Poledale Peter 1594, and second place getter 1592 Poledale Manti. Thank you. Judge David Greenup for his comments.
Thank you, Mark. Ladies and gentlemen, two females around that 22, 23 months of age. You'd probably like to see them a little closer to having a calf than they are, but they're obviously look calfy, and some of that's management. They're two very functional types of females. They're structurally very sound. They travel easily. They're good beef-producing females, but they also show femininity. I felt the difference between the two is the extra neck extension and length of body in this. Other way, mate, please. In this heifer in first position, I think she's really well put together. If you get behind her, there's a lot of width, but you look from the front, and she just looks like a female. It was this extra probably. Refinement through the front end, length of body, that got her as the first place winner here today. But two good females, and I congratulate the exhibitor. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, just pay a bit of attention here on the senior females. We have one exhibit in 4 classes. They're all going to come out now for the champion exhibit rather than pulling them forward as individuals in their classes. So pretty much now there'll be 4 class winners and then we'll go on to judge the senior female champion here. Being paraded there now is the winner of class 21, heifer 21 months and under 24 months, exhibit 1594, Poledale Peter. And the second exhibit there will be 1596 from the cow 24 months and under 30 months class, Trojan Miss Manch. And then we'll go on to the class 23, exhibit 1598, 30 months and under 36 months, Nagul Park Bell. Followed there by class 24, cow 36 months and under 48 months, exhibit 1599, the Bank Sassy Lassie. And then followed by class 25, cow 48 months and under 60 months, exhibit 1600, Royella Belinda. Judge David Greenup has made his decisions here for the champion female, but first of all I'd just like to bring forward Jess Katz from the Futurity Stud just to put a blue ribbon on the first place getters of the classes as they came out. So just mentioning those class winners again, class 22, cow 24 months under 30 months was exhibit 1596, Trojan Miss Manch, exhibited by Trojan Shorthorns. Class 23, cow 30 months under 36 months was exhibit 1598, Nagul Park Bell, exhibited by Roger and Naomi Evans. Class 24, cow 36 months under 48 months, exhibit 1599, The Bank Sassy Lassie, exhibit by White Livestock. And class 25, cow 48 months and under 60 months, exhibit 1600, Royala Belinda, exhibited by the Royala Shorthorn Stud. And coming forward for the senior champion female was exhibit 1598, Nagul Park Bell, exhibited by Roger and Naomi Evans. And the reserve champion female was exhibit 1600, Royala Belinda, exhibited by the Royala Shorthorn Stud. These will be sashed by Peter Haynes, Regional NAB Bank Manager. Once the sashings are completed, we'll ask David Greenup for his comments.
Thank you, Mark. While the photos are getting taken, I'll just run through these females. So the female I've got in the championship position is 32 months of age. The older female in the reserve position is 56. We've got a younger female third down the line there that's only 27 months of age, so she's come into production early in life. Love her for that. The roan cow somewhere in between those at around 36 months of age. Obviously not set up and pushed along as much as the cows that place above her, but a very functional female. Just not quite got the body length, I guess, as the females that placed above her into the championship positions, but a really functional cow. The heifer, I felt I couldn't go any further up into the championship placings with, just for the sheer fact that she's not in production. We've got cows in production doing good jobs on calves, and I've gone with them. But for the senior champion, I've gone with the cow out of the middle class, I guess you'd say, at 32 months of age. Obviously on her first calf, she's had a calf at around that 2 years of age, a touch older, but a really functional, efficient type of a cow. She's not quite as long-bodied as the two cows that place below her, but she's wide-body. She's really well balanced. Got a really good set of fine teats on her, and this is one of the things that pulled her apart from especially one of the females in the lineup. I just think the overall balance of efficiency, femininity, beef producing characteristics, and overall class and balance placed her as the champion here today. In placing her over the older cow, it was this extra efficiency. I thought, I'll grant you, the older cow's a longer bodied, higher, a bigger frame type of animal, probably a little higher maintenance in my eyes than the cow in the championship position, but really love the job she's doing on a calf. It is her third calf, so you got to respect her for that. A good set of teats under a pretty good udder, which is obviously helping with that calf, and a really functional long-bodied cow. In placing her over the young cow, if you want to lead off, please, Rog. If placing her over the young cow that's at 27 months of age, I just felt that the older cow that's in the reserve position is a little softer, easier doing type, lays down a little more fat. I know when you go to the processors it's regarded as waste, but we need it on the backs of our cows to get us through tough situations, and I felt that the older cow we had in the reserve position probably has that better ability to lay down fat and is a little finer in that teat makeup, but not very much between us. I really love the length of body in the cow that stood third in the class here. She's and you, like I said before, you got to respect the fact that she's had a calf early in life, and that takes a bit of the bloom out of these cows when they're working so young in life. So a really functional top end group of females. I congratulate the breeders. Thank you, David. We'll continue on now with our grand champion female.
Coming forward for those, there will be the calf champion female, exhibit 1566, Camilla Emily. Then we'll be followed by the junior champion female, exhibit 1579, Camilla Roy Hannah. And following on from that will be the senior champion cow, exhibit 1598, Nagul Park Bell. Just while we're waiting for those champions to come forward for the grand champion, just a special mention to the Shorthorn Beef Elite Genetics Auction, 4 p.m. Wednesday the 8th of May in the Shorthorn Beef site, with available up for sale will be bulls, females and genetic packages. So yeah, be sure to get along and support the Shorthorn Beef Elite Genetics Auction there, Wednesday 8th of May, 4 p.m. The judge here, Mr. David Greenup from Rosevale, Santa Gertruda Stud in South East Queensland, just making his selection for the grand champion female. And what a fantastic lineup to represent the Shorthorn breed out there and these three champions. David would just like to make some comments before bringing his champion forward.
Thank you, Mark. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a really interesting choice for the grand championship. The youngest heifer, 11 months of age, long-bodied, wide body, feminine through the front, just a really efficient type. She's out of a little bit of the same mould as the heifer that's in the middle there. She's 20 months of age. She's not going to be the hugest framed cow at maturity, but she's just got a really good balance of width and length and body capacity, a tremendous middle through her and really feminine through that front end. And the cow at 32 months of age. So here we've got sort of 3 years worth of calves. One obviously not in production yet, one close to it and one in production. And basically I think I've got 3 really well balanced females that that are functional. They're not necessarily going to be the hugest cattle at maturity, but I think when you're talking efficient beef production, you don't want to be. If you want to run mobs and mobs of big numbers of cows that you don't have to do much to and don't have to put much inputs into, they've got to be efficient. And I think the females we have on display for the championship here today are just that. When they came into the ring, I know what they are. I didn't really have to look at them that hard. I just had to make my decision whether I'm going to crystal ball today or not. And I've made my decision. I'm not going to. I'm going with the cow and calf. She's in production and doing a job on a calf for the grand champion here today. Thank you.
Just to sash this grand champion female, I'd like to call on Emily Perkins, who's the Shorthorn Beef Breed Development Project Manager, and also like to congratulate Exhibit 1598, Nagul Park, PW Bell, S104, exhibited by Roger and Naomi Evans. Just before we start away on these senior bulls, just a reminder of the Shorthorn AGM Thursday morning, 9:15 in the Shorthorn Beef Trade site. Your attendance will be much appreciated there for the Shorthorn Beef AGM. Thursday, 9 a.m. in the Beef Trade site at 9:15. Continuing on now in Class 28, the senior males, bull 21 months and under 24 months. Class 28, bull 21 months and under 24 months, biggest class of the day, 9 exhibits. Exhibit 601, Royella Boss Hog. Exhibit 1602, Poledale Tasteful. Exhibit 1603, Royella Bounty. Exhibit 1604, Royella Black Adder. Exhibit 1605, Royella Billy the Kid. Exhibit 1606, Poledale Tango. Exhibit 1608, Poledale Trailer. Exhibit 1609, Poledale Touche. Exhibit 1610, Southern Cross Top Gun. Some of these cattle that are being exhibited here today will be available at the Shorthorn Beef Elite Genetics Auction, Wednesday, 8th of May, 4 p.m. in the Shorthorn Beef site. So yeah, bulls, females and genetic packages online available there. Judge David Greenup has made his decisions in this big, strong class here, and we're going to present 6 ribbons. These are going to be presented by Australia's most northern Shorthorn stud breeder, and that's Nick Tromp from Tallangaluk Shorthorn stud, and he's up there in the Atherton Tablelands, and that's about 12 hours drive north of here. So yes, very northern. The first place getter in this one is Exhibit 1604, Royalla Black Adder. Second place is Exhibit 1610, Southern Cross Top Gun. Third place getter goes to Exhibit 1603, Royalla Bounty. Fourth place getter goes to Exhibit 1605, Royalla Billy the Kid. Fifth place goes to Exhibit 1608, Poledale Trailer. And sixth place will go to Exhibit 1601, Royalla Boss Hog. And I think this class probably deserves a round of applause. I'll just hand over now to Judge David Greenup for his comments on this fantastic class.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I comment on my top place getters, I've left a few bulls in the out of the placings here today. A little late maturing from my liking for what I want to do in my part of the world, but bulls that will add a tremendous amount of power when mated to the right cows. So Chukka Brahman cow with those 3 bulls that sit in that second line, and you've got something pretty special. And I think you've got to be mindful of that when you know, some of these bulls will be for sale tomorrow, and I think it's important to note, you know, not just because I've got them in the top of the line or the bottom of the line. You find bulls that fit what you want, and I think those bulls will do an exceptional job on those types of females. But going with the top of the class, I've gone with the bull on top of the class. He's not the most masculine. He's not probably the most eye-appealing bull, but I just love his efficiency. He's efficient bone. He travels really easy. I'd like to make him a little better over that hip to pin sort of area and a little tighter in that tail set. But when you look at the stats on this bull, he's as heavy as any bull in the class. He's got as much muscle as any. He's got more fat than any. He's just a really high performance bull in an efficient frame. And I think that's the sort of animal, if you want to breed efficient animals that give you high weight gain, can do it year after year in a range of conditions, that's the type of bull that breeds you the females to do that. In placing him over the bull in second position, I probably had my eye on this bull and the bull in third from my first place right from the start when they came into the ring. Love the way this bull travels so easily. He's a soft-coated bull. He's an easy finishing bull. He's got high fat figures, as you'd expect by looking at him. He just quite hasn't got the performance of the couple of bulls that placed around him, but love his soundness. Love he's got a little bit of set to his hock, but I like that. Those sort of cattle don't break down. Much better than when they're a touch straight. In placing him over the bull in third position, it was his early maturity pattern. This bull is a little the same maturity pattern as the bulls in the back line, but I just felt he had a little more natural sort of capacity to him, guts to him. I think while he's a big framed animal, he's going to hold his condition easy enough. I'd like to give him a little more fattening ability, but what I really do like about him is his depth of body, the width of body. He's got a great deep hindquarter on him. He travels really easily. And one thing I will note about this class is they're really sound mob of bulls. It's not very often you get a group of bulls with this much power put into them that travel easily, and I think they're all, and I must congratulate the breeders for that. The bull that's in the fifth position, a little in the same mould as the bull that placed above him, but not quite as big in the testicles. I think he's a really wide bull. The 2 roan bulls at the end of the top line, a little leaner in their type, but got that good early maturity that I was looking for. Their fat figures back up that they're not quite got the fattening ability of the bulls that place above them. But like I said about the 3 bulls that walk out last, they've got their place in with a mob of females that needs a little bit of condition stripped off them, and can give you that extra muscle and growth capacity that this breed will get. So a fine class of bulls. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Now we'll continue on with class 29, bull 24 months and under 30 months. Exhibits out here for the class 29, ball 24 months and under 30 months. 1611 Moonby Galaxy. 1612 Royala Banjo. And 1613 the Bank Smooth Operator. Ladies and gentlemen, Judge David Greenup has made his decisions in this class, and they will be sashed by Peter Capel from Bungalla Shorthorns at Manila in New South Wales. First is Exhibit 1611, Moonby Galaxy, exhibited by Leanne Ridley. Second to be Exhibit 1612, Royala Banjo, and Exhibit 1613 comes into third place, the Bank Smooth Operator. I'll hand over to David Greenup for his comments.
Thank you, Mark. Ladies and gentlemen, you would have seen that I gave him another lap, and I just wanted to see how these bulls travelled. The bull I've got in first position, I just love his body type, his capacity, the doing ability he's got, the body volume in him, but he is a little looser put together through that front end. He doesn't stand quite as balanced as the bull I have in second position, but it was his extra body capacity, depth of body, softness, easy doing ability. If you lead him out, please, Fitzy, he can go that way, mate. Go the other way, please. Just love that about this bull. He's sound enough in his feet and legs. He's wide enough through the front, but when you get a bull with this much capacity, both these bulls are around that 25, 26 months of age and weighing over 1,100 kilos. So they're carrying a heap, and to do it the way they do is really good of them. This bull in second position, he is scanning 10 and 18, but I just feel he's not quite as naturally that easy doing bull that the bull above him is. But I love the balance in this bull. He stands up square every time he stands, travels really, really easily. A bull that certainly will do big things in the breed. Placing him over the bull in third. This fella in third, he's long-bodied. He just doesn't quite got the body capacity, muscle expression, especially through that hind quarter of the two bulls that placed above him, and he's just outclassed here today. Thank you.
Thanks, David. We'll move on now to Class 30. That's bull 30 months and under 36 months. Should be two. Work that out.
So just the Royala bull, obviously, then.
Section here is going to be 24 months. Number 75 will be exhibited by David and Kelly.
Just the one exhibit in this class. It's bull 30 months and under 36 months, so the winner will be exhibit 1614, Royala Arabanu, and these will be sashed by Chris Hall, Warraberry stud from Parks in New South Wales. I'll hand over to David Greenup for his comments.
Thank you, Mark. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an interesting bull, only exhibit in the class, which is disappointing for him, but he would stack up against anything. He's around 31 months of age, weighing just under 1,100 kilos. Good fat component to him. He's scanning at over 20 mils of fat, and some people look at that and say that's just a waste, but these bulls get pushed enough that if they can't put on 15 mils, well, they're probably fairly lean types. So I like to see them being able to do that. If they're going to produce cows that whole condition, this bull will produce your big frame cows, but given that he's got that fat component, they'll be cows that can hold their condition also. So I'll talk a little more about him when he comes in for the championship.
Thank you, David. We'll continue on now with Class 31 for the Senior Champion Male. Ladies and gentlemen, bulls out here for the Senior Champion Bull. Class 28 winner, bull 21 months and under 24 months. It was Exhibit 1604, Royalla Black Adder. And the winner of Class 29, bull 24 months and under 30 months, Exhibit 1611, Moonby Galaxy, exhibited by Leanne Ridley. And winner of Class 30, bull 30 months and under 36 months, Exhibit 1614, Royalla Arabanu. David Greenup has made his decision for the Senior Champion Bull. And the Senior Champion Bull today goes to Exhibit 1604, that being Royalla Black Adder. These are being sashed by one of the last official duties of the current Shorthorn president, Chris Thompson from the Bayview Stud in South Australia. Coming in as the reserve champion will be Exhibit 1611, Moonby Galaxy, exhibited by Leanne Ridley. I'll hand over to Judge David Greenup.
Thank you, Mark. Ladies and gentlemen, for the senior champion. I've gone with the bull out of the younger class. I just think he's the all-round bull. I really like him for his reproductive soundness. He's a little less pendulous in his testicles than the bull I have in reserve, so I think he's got a little more longevity in that area. I really love the way he travels really easily. He's not the biggest at maturity, but I think he's got the blend of carcass, finishing ability, soundness, both structural and reproductive. While he's not quite as masculine in his head as a couple of the other bulls we have out here for the championship, I just think he's the all-round bull in the class that's got the ability to breed females, really early maturing cattle, steers and bulls that produce steers that mature at an early age. Just a really efficient type of animal. It was his reproductive soundness and his strength through that top line and through that front end that placed him over the bull in reserve position. I really admire this bull. I grant you he's not quite as sound or doesn't travel quite as easily as the bulls that are placed below him, but the sheer performance in him, the doing ability, the gutsiness, the width of frame, the muscle expression gets him up into this championship position. While he just stands a little weak behind the shoulders, he travels pretty easily when he goes. He's a wide-fronted bull, but if you're going to put that much power in a bull, you're going to have a bit of front on them. So I was happy to go with these as the senior in reserve for those reasons here today. Thank you.
Judge David Greenup is now selecting his Grand Champion male. And out there we have Calf Champion male, Exhibit 1572, the Park Moneyman. Junior Champion male was Exhibit 1588. Exhibit the 1588 was Nagul Park LGD Tahoe. And the senior champion bull out there is Exhibit 1604. And that be Royale Black Adder. David Greenup will make some comments before pulling his champion forward.
Thank you, Mark. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a really interesting group of calves. The one thing I like about when I was standing back and watching them, and you got to see it too, when they pulled up, they stand balanced. The paraders can shift them a bit, but it's not going to change them much because that's the way they naturally are, and that's the sort of cattle that I've been looking for today. The young calf, a tremendous amount of length of body, muscle expression in him, only 11 months of age. He probably, while he's got the performance and the capacity of the bulls that place below him, he hasn't quite got that depth of hindquarter, and he's a little straighter through that front end. So there's a couple of things I think I could probably perfect on him. So I'm probably leaving him out of the championship decision here today for those reasons, and he'll live to fight another day. And I'd really like to see him in a year's time and see how he's travelling as in movement with more weight on him. The other two bulls are an interesting couple. They're junior and senior, but there's only 1 month's difference between the two. So the bull in the middle there is 20 months of age. The bull in the closest to me is 21 months. So only a month's difference in age. Very similar in type. They're wide-bodied. The bull in the middle probably a little more muscle expression with the body, stronger through that top end, a more powerful type of bull. The bull closest to me, I would say more of a maternal type. He's still wide, but he hasn't quite got probably that strength of head of the bull in the middle, and he's probably not quite as powerful to look at. But the interesting thing when you compare the stats on these bulls, they're very they're similar for muscle expression. The eye muscle reading they give is reasonably similar when you compare their ages, and the fact that they might be prepared a little bit differently. I mean, you've got to try and weigh that into account when you're trying to make judgment on them without knowing much about their background. But there's a couple of differences in them. The bull closest to me at 1 month older is about 120 kilos heavier. He doesn't look it. I really like cattle that have weight but don't look like they're big, powerful cattle, that they just actually do it, and weight is weight, and we can't dispute that. The other thing I like about him, and the reason I'm going to bring him up for my grand champion here today, and he can come up now, is that little more muscle expression, the little more fat that he can carry. I just think he's got a good balance of performance, efficiency, and longevity that has him as my grand champion here today. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Shorthorn President Chris Thompson from Bayview Shorthorns in South Australia will sash the Grand Champion Bull, Exhibit 1604, Royalla Blackadder. Ladies and gentlemen, just while we give the exhibitors a bit of chance and time to get animals out here for the exhibitors group, just like to remind everyone of the Shorthorn AGM Thursday, 9:15 in the morning, and that's at the Shorthorn Beef Trade Site. Another Shorthorn event here at Beef is the Shorthorn Beef Elite Genetics Auction, and that one's at 4 p.m. Wednesday, the 8th of May, in the same thing in the Shorthorn Beef Trade Site. And for sale there will be bulls, females and genetic packages. Encourage everyone to have a look through that catalogue and what's on offer there. Ladies and gentlemen, out here for the exhibitors group both sexes to be represented. We have the Royale stud, Roger and Naomi Evans, Southern Cross Shorthorns, and White Livestock Services. Judge David Greenup has made his decision here in the Exhibitors group. First goes to 1616 Royale stud. These will be sashed by Sam Martin of the Southcote Shorthorn stud. In second place, Exhibit 1619 Roger and Naomi Evans. And third place, 1620 Southern Cross Livestock. And fourth place will go to White Livestock Services, entry 1621. I'll hand over to David Greenup.
Thanks, Mark. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got 4 really good groups of Shorthorn cattle out for the exhibitors group. I've gone with the group on top. Probably the cows almost cancel each other out, but we've got 2 powerful bulls here that get this group to the top of the class. There's a little bit difference in maturity pattern here in these cattle, but that doesn't worry me. I think it's good to have those differences to work with in a breeding herd, and I thought they're exceptional class group of animals. The group in second position, led out by the grand champion female, and a really functional. You can go, Rog. Functional, easy doing female, and a bull that's came out for the championship just a little while ago. In placing over the group in third position, this group's just I really like this group. They're outpowered a little bit by older cattle. A couple of younger heifers there that probably outshone a little by cattle that are performing a little more than them at this point in time. But I really like the functional efficiency, the way these cattle travel really easy. Their angles are really good, and there's also a lot of meat in them. Placing them over the group in fourth position, this group in fourth just outpowered a little by the other 3 groups, but they're really functional, sound, long cattle. And I think, if you're looking to get into the Shorthorn breed, that these cattle would do you just as good a job as some of the others. Made it over the right animals. So congratulations to all 4 breeders on a great group of cattle. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one entry here in the size Progeny Stakes, entry 1622, Royale Stud, and the sire represented is Royale Rockstar, K274, and these are being sashed by Sam Martin, Southcote Shorthorns. I'll hand over to David Greenup just for his comments on the group.
Thanks, Mark. Ladies and gentlemen, a group of cattle size Progeny group here. The obviously an animal that produces big frame cattle, but what I do like about them is they've got an ability to lay down fat. Got a maternal component to it, a really good cow there that's got a bit of age about her and doing a great job on a calf. These are the sort of things that we as breeders like to see, and once we get a hold on what a sire does, then match him up with another sire line or sire lines that complement the bits of weaknesses that they do have. But congratulations to that exhibitor. They brought in 3 animals. Obviously, the sire's doing a good job. Thank you.
We'll continue on now with Class 35, and that'll be the Dams Progeny Stakes. Just now, as the Shorthorn judging sort of comes to a bit of a wind down, a reminder, AGM Thursday morning 9:15 in the Shorthorn Beef Trade site, and also the Shorthorn Beef Elite Genetics Auction 4 p.m. Wednesday the 8th of May, again in the Shorthorn Beef site, on offer there bulls, females, genetic packages. Ladies and gentlemen, Judge David Greenwood has made his decision here in the final class, Class 35, Dam Progeny Stakes. First goes to entry 1624, Southern Cross Shorthorns, and the dam being Southern Cross Viola K107. The second place, entry 1623, Royale Stud, and the dam there being Royale Isabel P144. Hand over to David Greenup for his comments.
Thank you, Mark. And before I finish up today, I'd like to thank again the Shorthorn Association and the Beef Committee for giving me the opportunity to judge today. You always come with the expectation that you're going to do as best to your ability, and and I hope I've done that, and I hope I've got my point across as to why I put them the way I did. I think different judges bring different perspectives to a show ring, and I hope that I've brought what I think's needed in the Australian beef industry here today. In placing this final class, it's an interesting one. Dam's Progeny Stakes. There's the group of two that I've got on top of the class were ones that were knocking on the door through the day without getting the top gongs, but love their efficiency, love their angles in their joints. They travel really, really easily. They've got good fat coverage. They're the type of animals that are just really, really practical. And the reason I've got them up the top of this class here today, the group of bulls that are in second position, tremendous amount of power in them. So we're looking at two different types. We're looking at efficient cattle that don't quite yield as much, and big high performing cattle that require a bit